Hey friends, I'm Casey and I'm here to talk to you today about mono. I had mono when I was about 11 or 12 years old. I remember I had a rash on my body. I was super weak, tired, had a sore throat, fever. I was so weak that I was not able to even stand up on my own and walk on my own. I was diagnosed back then with Fifth's disease. However, over time, I realized that that was not a correct diagnosis. So when you have mono, it's actually caused by the Epstein-Barr virus. And it is in phase 2 of Epstein-Barr virus that you get mono. Phase 1 is when you've been exposed and the virus sort of hangs out in your body. It waits till the perfect time, maybe times of high stress, puberty, hormones, after you have a baby, like things like that, and where your body is sort of going through maybe stressful periods, and that is when the virus will rear its ugly head and take over. So that's what happens when you get mono. You're in stage 2. You might get a sore throat, be weak, tired, get the rash, and it's, especially if you're a teenager, you are expecting to bounce back and be okay, sort of like if you get a cold or a flu, you're down for a couple of days or a week and then you're back to your normal self. This is not really how Epstein-Barr virus works. There's actually 60 different varieties of Epstein-Barr virus, so the severity of how it takes a toll on your system, it sort of just depends on your own immune system. But why I'm telling you all of this is because, especially as teenagers, if you are going through mono and think that you're just going to be okay, I want you to realize that during stage 2, it's just getting started, okay? What's happening is this virus is very powerful. After you start feeling better, the virus is actually going into your liver and your spleen and areas where your immune system can't really see it to attack it. And it hides out in the liver because this is where the favorite foods of the virus hang out, okay? Like mercury, aluminum, heavy metals. Those are things, toxins, herbicides, pesticides, maybe from the food that you eat or vaccines. Those things are hiding out in your liver, and that's where the virus loves to multiply. So what it does is it eats those foods, the heavy metals and those toxic byproducts, and then it excretes toxic byproducts of its own. So over time, the virus is slowly multiplying and waiting for the perfect time, maybe when you're in college or when you're in your 30s and you've had some children and there's some high stress going on. The virus can come out and attack your nervous system and really wreak havoc on your life. That is exactly what happened to me. I was 33 and had a lot of stress going on in my life, and all of a sudden, one day, I couldn't function anymore. I could barely get out of bed. I couldn't walk. I had no idea what it was. And for the past 7 years, now that I'm 40, I have been trying to combat Epstein-Barr virus and also shingles virus, which had caused Bell's palsy, which was paralysis of my face, half of my face. So I'm telling you this now because there are things that you could be doing right now, foods that you can be eating and avoiding, and supplements that you can be taking to put this virus to bed, keep it there so that you don't have the struggles later on in life. And I know sometimes, especially as teenagers, we're pretty short-term thinking, right? We just want to do what feels good right now. But trust me when I tell you this, you really need to pay attention to what's happening in your body now to avoid any issues later on. So here's a couple of things that you can do right now if you have had mono to counteract any sort of future outbreaks. You should be taking L-lysine. What this does is it prevents the virus from multiplying. And zinc, this is super important also for your body. A lot of times when we are deficient in L-lysine and zinc, which most people are, that is when the virus can take hold. And also B12, okay? These are 3 high-quality supplements. These 2 are from Vimergy, and this one is from Global Healing Center. I got them on Amazon, or you can go to Vimergy's website to get these 2. Vimergy also has a B12 supplement that is great. A lot of times these items are back ordered because they're so popular right now. They've become popularized from the medical medium. And if you don't know who he is, I encourage you to look him up on Facebook and Instagram. and check him out on Amazon. He's got all these wonderful books. This is the first book that showed me all about Epstein-Barr virus and how to counteract it. Literally was a lifesaver. I had a session with him on the phone, and it was so amazing. He actually told me what exactly was wrong with me and how to fix it, what supplements to take, and how to keep my the virus at bay. And it has helped me tremendously. So I spend my time now talking to people about it, sharing the knowledge that I've gained, and just spreading the word about him, because a lot of people have chronic illness and don't know what to do or where to turn. So I just strongly encourage you to search out the medical medium, look at the hashtags, look at his Instagram pages, look at the stories of other people that have healed themselves, and realize that Epstein-Barr is actually the root cause of so many illnesses. What doctors won't know and what most people don't know is that if you do not take care of Epstein-Barr virus, it can lead to Hashimoto's and thyroid disorders, which is what I've had for so many years. Because in stage 4, that's when Epstein-Barr virus is really burrowed into your thyroid, okay? It drills into your thyroid like a little corkscrew and can cause cysts and nodules and all sorts of issues. Your thyroid is responsible for regulating your hormones, your adrenals, and your digestion, like all these different things. And so there's so much information out there. One other thing I wanted to say is that Epstein-Barr virus, when it hangs out in your liver, it can actually cause you to have a sluggish liver, okay? And when you have a sluggish liver, you're not able to digest your food very well. You might burp a lot. You might have undigested food in your stools, and it contributes to low hydrochloric acid. And hydrochloric acid in your stomach is what will digest your food and help break it down and help you absorb all your nutrients. It's super important. Another thing I need to tell you is celery juicing. You need to be juicing celery every single morning, okay? 16 ounces on an empty stomach is ideal. Plain celery juice, nothing else. Organic is best. And you consume that on an empty stomach and wait about 20 to 30 minutes before you have anything else to eat. And it is a game changer. It destroys pathogens and viruses like Epstein-Barr virus. It also gives you energy. It's fuel for the liver. It's so good for your adrenals. If you don't know what I'm talking about, just Google or look up the hashtag celery juice benefits, and you will see so many stories of people sharing how it's changed their life. So I hope this is helpful. Please, if you're a teenager and your parents are drilling you about taking supplements or herbs, they're just trying to get you in a place where you don't have to be like me. I was bedridden for months. I could not take care barely of myself or my family, and maybe that might be extreme, but you don't want to have to figure that out, okay? I had to quit my job, basically, and just stay home and take care of myself because I couldn't even function anymore. So you don't want to live like that. You don't want to have those regrets. Take care of yourself right now and get the supplements. And if you have questions, you can feel free to message me on Instagram, and I hope that this will help you. So take care. God bless.